Okay, so I had been talking to this guy that I met on Instagram, lives in a different state and everything. He had commented me a couple times, and then we actually started having conversations, and then it graduated to, us talking on the phone and FaceTime time and doing all that type of stuff. And he seemed like he really had his head on right. Um, he moved from Detroit to Tennessee by himself with no family to kind of like get his self together and do better for himself, because he wasn't, he was getting into trouble in Detroit, so he knew that he had to make a change. So he moved, and he works two jobs and has his own place. And I mean, he's pretty young to have all of these things. So, I was pretty impressed with that. And he really just seemed like he was a down-to-earth guy that was very intelligent and had his head on straight. So, we really started talking more and more, and we actually started liking each other. And he had mentioned that, if we wanted to take things further, that, it would be a possibility for him to move where I'm at, because he doesn't have anything tying him to one place, and he has the means to do so if that's what we both decided that we wanted to do in the future. So, I made the decision to tell him something about me that is extremely personal and extremely serious. And I mean, that took a lot for me to do. It was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. And, it made me very anxious. I was very nervous about having to tell him this information. And he actually, very surprisingly, it didn't seem to faze him. He was fine with that. And so it was like, I was really on top of the world. I was like, wow, I guess good guys really do exist. And wow, and and then shit just hit the fan. Last night he texted me and was showing me these belts that he liked on Amazon. One of them was like $30. One of them was like $350 something dollars. Okay. And he sent me the pictures and then had the nerve to ask me if I would buy him one of those belts. Really? We've known each other for like a week. Is that how we court people? Is we ask them to buy us things? Is that what we do? When I've never even met you in person? Okay? And you're asking me to purchase something for you that you want, that I'm damn sure you have the money to get for yourself. And so, I mean, that really upset me. I got really offensive. I was really offended by it. And so I asked him, like, what made you even ask me that in the first place? And, he was like, oh, well, I wanted a new belt, but I didn't feel like buying one, so I asked you to. Oh, is that so? Is that so? So basically, we haven't even talked for barely a week now, okay? We're not official in any shape, form, or fashion. And so, but you think it's okay to ask me to buy you something. Wow. And I told him, I said, you know what? My phone's ringing. I'll call him back. But I said, you know what? I said, I can guarantee you right now at this very fucking moment that you probably have 3 times as much money in the bank in your savings account than I do. And I'm 30 years old. Okay? And, he was like, well, I was just that I'm busy going to work and school and I have a car to pay for and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bitch, are you serious? Like, I also have a car that I have to pay for. I also work full time and I'm also a student. And then on top of that, I have 2 children that I'm raising without outside help. So I'm not sure where he thought that argument was going to get him, or if that was what he was using to justify why he asked me to buy him something. But I wasn't impressed with it, and I'm still not impressed with it. And then on top of that, he had the nerve to get, defensive with me when I told him that was out of line. Like, he didn't understand why I was getting defensive about it. So it's like, oh, okay, cool. Great. So that's what you think this is. That because I'm so many years older than you are, that I guess you thought that you were a sugar baby or something, and that I was going to be your fucking sugar mama. Like, your Sancha to pay for your shit. So because I'm 30, I automatically must have money to spend on people? Is that what you're thinking? Like, he's sorely mistaken if that's the idea that he has of someone that's my age. I'm sure there's plenty of other 30-year-old women out there who probably have a shit ton of money and would be more than willing to pay to buy something for some child. Okay? But that's not me. And I'm offended that he even went there on that. And then I get on Instagram and I see that he has posted for asking the chicks that follow him if they want to FaceTime with him. Wow, okay. That's cool. That's how we're gonna play this? Okay, cool. So I screenshotted that and I sent it to him and I said, you know what? You're a fucking piece of work. You know that? I was like, not only do you have the nerve to ask me to buy you some shit when we've never even met and you haven't offered me anything, but then you want to get defensive when I tell you that, when I call you out on it and tell you that you're out of line. And then, in a last-ditch effort, I guess, to maybe piss me off more, then you post that shit? Okay, that's cool. So I told him, you know what? I hope you find someone to pay for your shit because I'm out. Like, we're done here. And I did not give him a chance to respond. I deleted him and blocked him on Instagram. And I've blocked his phone calls and texts from coming to my phone because I don't have anything to say. There's nothing to talk about here. I was dead serious when I told him that the first sign of a red flag that I see, I'm out. And I guess he thought I was joking. And maybe he thought that I was desperate or something. I'm not sure. But he's obviously been proven wrong in this situation because I'm not going to sit around and put up with this type of shit. I'm just not going to do that. Like, I think it's almost comical that he really thought that that's where he was going to get with this and that he wasn't going to get called out and he wasn't going to get found out. So it's like, you have fun with that. You go and you find someone. I'm sure there's plenty of websites out there that you can find plenty of women who are more than willing to pay your way through life and won't think twice about it. But that bitch is not me. And I'm not going to be a part of somebody's whatever they think is going on. So, yes, he is now blocked from communicating with me because I don't have anything to say to him. And it's best for me to just I am hurt. I really am. I didn't know him for that long, but I told him something very private about me that I feel like was now wasted on someone who didn't even deserve to know that about me. And on top of that, you know, it kind of really got my hopes up that there was really someone out there for me, and now I see that there really just isn't. Like, I'm done with that. This is why I don't pursue men anymore. There's no point. And people are sadly mistaken if they think that just because I long to be in a loving and caring relationship with someone that I'm going to just put up with anything, because that's absolutely not going to happen. And this is proof right here. One red flag, I am fucking gone. I am not going to sit there and waste my time on something when I know that I've seen it somewhere before and that it's not a good sign. That would just be stupid. Had I learned that lesson way before now, I probably wouldn't have had nearly as many heartbreaks as I've had. But that's neither here nor there, because you live and you fucking learn. And I've learned that I don't want him in my life. I don't want to talk to him. So he can go and do whatever he feels he needs to do. Go ask your mommy to buy you the fucking belt that you want. But I'm not that bitch. Thank you for allowing me to waste my time on you. And I appreciate that. So it is what it is right now. Like I said, he's blocked on everything. The only way I would even know if he contacted me is if I checked the block logs, and I'm not doing that. There's no point. I'm not going to put myself through that. I'm just going to leave it at where it's at so that I don't get myself any further into the hole that is heartbreak, because I am really still just pretty bummed about it. It's not as hard to get over it because, like I said, it was a very short amount of time, but that was enough time for me to really feel like I was getting somewhere in a relationship. And I mean, turns out that I was just being fooled. So once again, that's my life, and that's fine. But I'm tired. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being alone. And I'm tired of people just really just either using me or just downright not even fucking giving me enough respect to make me a part of their lives. And people wonder why I am the way I am and why I'm so closed off. Because I can't handle any more type of heartache like that. This year has been nothing but a fucking nightmare for me, and it just doesn't seem to end. 2014 has been nothing but a fucking nightmare.